Sahar and the Kingdom of Birds is the story of Afghanistan. Sahar was a beautiful woman who lived in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan and was famous as a bow user. Her skills were well known throughout the village, and she was able to shoot through any target with great accuracy, earning the respect of the villagers. However, Sahar did not know much about the outside world and spent quiet days in the mountains. One day, as she was walking on the mountain road as usual, the sky suddenly calmed down, and a flock of birds flew down from the sky. They were not just birds, but spirits from heaven. The bird spoke to Sahar. Sahar, you are not just a bow user. Your heart is pure and strong-willed. Chosen ones of us, I want you to lend me your strength to save our kingdom. Sahar was surprised, but was guided by the words of the birds and decided to head to the kingdom that spread out in the sky. Guided by the birds that took off, Sahar arrived in the empty kingdom. There was a kingdom that had been invaded by evil forces. The kingdom had lost its peace, all natural harmony was broken, and even the lives of the birds were threatened. Sahar is asked by the birds to take on numerous trials to protect his kingdom. The first test was to test your skills as a bow user. An evil monster appeared in the center of the kingdom, threatening the lives of the birds. Sahar was not afraid and confronted the monster. She calmly draws her bow and shoots an arrow at the monster. The arrow pierced the monster's heart, causing it to fall. The birds praised Sahar for protecting the lives of the villagers and told him that he would move on to the next trial. In the next trial, Sahar's wisdom was tested. In order to save the kingdom, you must break an ancient curse. He said that in order to break the curse, he must obtain the legendary stone that lies in the forbidden forest. The forest was inhabited by terrifying beasts and monsters, and no one dared to approach it. However, Sahar stepped into the forest without fear. There were many obstacles waiting in the forest. Every time he went down a dark path, Sahar felt uneasy, but he mustered up the courage to move forward. Although he was almost attacked by a giant monster on the way, Sahar used his wits to exploit the monster's gaps and make it safely. Finally, you got the legendary stone and returned to the kingdom. He gave the stone to the king of birds, and the king used it to break the curse. When the curse was lifted, the kingdom's nature came back to life, and the birds regained their energy. Sahar was then welcomed as the queen of the kingdom. When she ruled her kingdom, she valued harmony with nature above all else, living with animals and spirits. With his wisdom and strength, Sahar made his kingdom prosperous and built a peaceful era. She also taught the villagers archery, teaching them that using a bow is not just a weapon, but a way to deepen their connection with nature. The kingdom ruled by Sahar thrived with animals and spirits and became a wonderful place where all living things lived in harmony. Sahar continued to protect the kingdom with the birds, and her name was passed down through generations. Sahar's story teaches us wisdom, courage, and the importance of harmony with nature, and her bravery and kindness continue to inspire many people to this day. That's it.